Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
Alright.
so you want to interview me? What for?
I just wanted to get your well, your idea, what was going through your mind, and also your gaming background, basically. That that's what I was really interested about, because you seem to know a
Right.
lot about the game, but missing certain spots. So I want to know how you know Brood War and how long you've been playing it.
Well, I've been playing Brute War for 5 days, I think. Yeah,
Okay.
5 days.
That's not too
Um,
bad for 5 days.
No, that's impressive.
well, yeah, I've had experience learning new games, and I'm not surprised with my performance actually, because when I started Melee, well, I'm a Melee player. When I
Okay.
started Melee, that's how I learned. That's how I started, with leaps and bounds, and I just watched videos and I knew what I have to improve, and I did. And every time I lost, I decided to try out something new that was specific to improving, even though I lost. And that's my strategy so far with Brute War, is to lose, but know why I'm losing and build a strategic defense before I go in. So I purposely didn't attack Click at all, I think, the video and the game.
I was
Yeah, I
banking
don't
on that.
remember. I, I don't remember if I attacked you, but the strategy so far for me isn't to attack as much as it is to build a good defense, a stable defense, and then when I'm comfortable with the defense, then go in. I'm
Okay.
not trying to win yet. This is completely for fun. I'm
Yeah,
not
of
trying
course.
to
Well, the
join
thing,
a
I
team
don't
or
know if you
anything.
know what I do with StarCraft games that people give me replays of.
No,
Well, because
I don't.
Mango, well, the thing I do is I make silly commentary on bad play. So, and Mango is the one who's, I don't know how you guys know him, but he sent me the replay with in caps, cast this now. So that's what I did. So, because that's the thing, I cast starting players or bad players, and I just go with it. I make a little bit of a show of it. Yeah. So at one stage, I was not sure whether or not you were a bot or a regular human being. So that was kind of funny.
I love that.
Yeah, and same thing for Click, by the way. But here's the thing, right? Because you were really good on the macro side of things. You were building things. I mean, yeah, you queued up like 4 units at a time, which is something we. If you can queue up 4 Marines, that means you could have been building a second barracks, for instance. Yeah,
You
because
talking to me or Kurjan?
no Cursion.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because for you, your macro was really good, but you missed like not building a forge and getting the +1 and stuff. It's like
It's
strange
silly stuff.
gaps.
Yeah.
Yeah, strange gaps in your knowledge, let's say. But for Kurjan, I gotta say again, like you build the Marines, which is something you don't do versus Protoss, for instance. Yeah, I'll give you a couple of links to some resources because there's some very basic matchups, let's say, you need to know about and to do well because Marines against Protoss is just not done.
So that's one of the points. That's one of the parts of my strategy is not to watch strategic videos, not to watch not to read articles on strategy on TVC or TVP or whatever. I don't want to read any of that. I want to find that out by myself and then cultivate my knowledge with what I read. But I
Okay.
want to get used to the game first because I've been playing for 5 days.
Yeah.
So
So it's unfair to judge you like this, like I did in the video, by the way. But
no,
it's
it's
for
not unfair.
entertainment purposes.
It's not unfair to judge. It's not unfair to judge me because I'm a bad player, but I want to learn by the game by myself first.
Yeah, and the way that's why I want to warn you about the Vidrep because I do this from the knowledge of knowing everything about Brew War, of course, and it's basically laughing at the little kids, in good fun because like I said, blame Mango, it's all his fault. Um, but yeah, no, but that's the thing. I do the same thing with games that I play. I don't want to know anything. I just want to figure things out. I will say though, with because Brood War is unique in that respect, that you want to be pointed in the right direction. Because this game's been around since 1998, and it took the professional players who played for money more than 5 years to get to the staple meta that we have today. Okay? So I applaud you in doing that and taking the serious approach. Yet there are, it's the short introduction, let's say, because usually when people are playing for fun, we say play the campaign so you get to learn all the units and stuff. But I'd say go to Wikipedia and look up the basic matchup things, because I must say, apart from the fact that you move commanded an entire force of Marines to go inside someone's base, ignore all the attacking units, and actually attack one of the gateways, which was funny.
Yeah.
But that was weird, of course. And of course, you dying to Dark Templars because they're invisible, and the only thing that killed them was mines, which was impressive that you already used mines, yeah, and probably figured out, hey, look, these invisible things can get killed by spider mines. Because that's one thing I wanted to ask you about. Because you didn't see the Dark Archon, right? Because he snatched one of your SCVs, carried away, and built an entire battlecruiser fleet. But the point where you were dealing with the Dark Templar, what was going through your mind? Because there's 3 ways of dealing with them, and you figured out one of them. Yeah.
You probably laugh at me, but I don't know what a Dark Templar is.
It's the invisible things that were killing your units.
Oh,
They're like
okay.
invisible Jedi.
If they're invisible, how can I know what they look like? Because I don't know. Like I wasn't paying attention to what I couldn't look at. I could see the shadows of things and the silhouette of some enemies, but I couldn't tell.
Yeah, but you could see the units dying for no reason, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Well,
Those are the Dark Templar?
those are the Dark Templar.
Yes.
And they're my favorite unit. They're permanently cloaked. They're quite expensive to make. And they're also very low on HP. So once they're detected, that's the mechanic that I want to talk to you about. Detection, right? There's a couple of units in the game that can turn themselves invisible. Protoss has a few of them. Terran has a few of them. Zerg usually crawls under the ground, and that counts as being cloaked. And you have, as Terran, because I'm guessing you're going to stick with Terran for a bit, or you're still experimenting?
No, I'm gonna stick with Terran, so I can get the, yeah, I'm gonna stick with Terran.
Okay, so Terran has 3 ways of detection. Basically the one you found, which was mines, because mines don't care about cloaked units, they just go for them. So you can just explode them with the mines.
I've read up on that. There's 4, I think.
Yeah.
There's turrets, mines, science vessel, and there's another one I can't remember right now.
In the scan, which you built after the academy, the attachment to your command center.
Yeah.
So yeah. So you do read! Haha!
I do read on definitions, not on strategy.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's the detection thing. So yeah,
That's cool though. I think you're making so much good progress. Like really, no, like your macro. Like I mean, you stay on one base forever, but like you make things out of your buildings, and that's good. That's way better than any of my friends that I've tried to teach the game to, who have no idea how to play. So props to you, really.
Yeah, exactly. Like after 5 days. But that's the thing. I just wanted to see the state because it was so strange. I've done so much bad StarCraft, yeah, but your particular set of skills was very strange. You have very low APM. Click has a very high APM, which I really like to see you play against maybe a more skilled opponent to see what happens there. But you had odd gaps in your knowledge, so that is because of your approach of learning, just going for it, and maybe the obvious things to someone who knows the game for 10 years, are like, what the hell, why is this happening, Because I was really impressed that you found the factory, for instance, because I actually talked about that in Vidrep, because a lot of people don't go to the advanced buildings for a very long time, just stick with the regular buildings, because the factory is so expensive, 100 gas, 200 minerals, because gas is like the thing, yeah? You want to get as much gas as possible and spend all of it, because it's the most valued resource, because you get so little of it.
Well, I can tell you that, around the 3rd game, I had realized that if I stuck with Marines, then Mangu would beat the hell out of me, so I said, okay, I need to build more advanced things right now, and I think I have the money because I had 3K minerals, and I was like, okay, this isn't units aren't so much can't be this expensive. So I read up on advanced units, and I know kind of know what direction I have to go after I build marine. But yeah, I'm still learning.
Yeah. So, Click, was it your intention of just... Well, were you also probing him, or what was your relation between you two? Like, you were just helping him, or was it just...
Well, I met Mangu on this Discord group, and I was playing him a bit. I could tell he was a newer player, and I don't know. So we were just playing, and then I wanted to obs one of his games, and it turns out one of the games he was going to obs was him versus Kurjan. So I watched him play, and I'm like, oh well. And I basically had the same observation I had now about him. Like, oh, he's pretty good for only playing for 5 days. And I'm like, dude, you have to let me play him. You have to let me play him. I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I wanted to do something, because I'm like, he never moves out. I could take advantage of this. So the game is starting. I didn't know what I wanted to do until a little ways into it. I'll there we go, mind control. And that was the dream. So really, it didn't matter. I mean, you pointed out the forge, missing the forge upgrade. I mean, it didn't really matter because I wasn't just mostly gonna go Terran.
Yeah,
but
I mean, it was a silly game to start off with, but it's kind of funny how you build an entire hangar, let's say, of Stargates, never build them like no, wait, then build all of the starports, the Terran starports, and then probably came to the realization, wait, how do I build battle cruisers again? Oh yeah, I need the fucking science vessels. The science facility with the add-on.
The Stargate was like an insurance plan. By some miracle, if he killed my Protoss army, I was able to remax with the carrier, so it's
okay, yeah.
But I was just having fun. It's just, honestly, doing that stuff is just good macro practice, too,
Yeah.
That messed me up. I didn't know you could do that.
Well,
yeah.
I was so
like,
confused.
Mangu was telling me the whole time, like, he doesn't know any of this stuff. He's gonna have no clue what's going on. I'm like, oh, this is wonderful.
Yeah, but there you go. So that's the mystery solved. Otherwise, I would have had an aneurysm if I didn't know what was going on. Because I had another player who had like 200 APM, but again, no knowledge of the game whatsoever. So he was like really good in his control, but he didn't know what to do, and he also died to Dark Templar, I believe. But
oh, that's sad.
Yeah, because it's the weirdest. It's the one thing everyone needs to die to Dark Templars once, because then you know forever. But yeah, no, that was cool.
Thanks for casting though. That's awesome. I didn't expect you to cast it. I didn't really know who you were, and I was like, well, why would he cast it? It's just some silly game.
Yeah,
so that's funny.
My only claim to fame is that I do these kind of things, and then mostly we use the Discord to promote the FFAs and just new people going into the game. But it's,
yeah, nice.
But there you go. So Kurjan, we're gonna have a Vidrep on you like in a couple of weeks' time if you haven't really freaked out yet over what Brew War is.
No, I like it. I'm actually playing it more than melee because I know melee right now. I know the mechanics and I know how to move with almost every character. So it gets kind of boring after a couple years. But
yeah.
Then
I would love to help you too, like in any way you would want help, and because I don't know, I'd like to see improvement because you're getting better really fast.
Well,
there you go. You made a friend.
Again, that improvement comes from having an initial strategy and how to improve in a certain way, even though I lose.
Yeah. Tell you what, you can already beat your friend. You could have killed him when I was watching you guys play. In both games you guys played, you could have won. I'm like, he just has to move and just kill him. Even though you chose units that don't typically win against Protoss, you had so many that you would have won anyways.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to win. He came over to my house when was it yesterday or 2 days ago? I don't remember. But he came over and I told him that you said that, and I was like, well, I don't want to win yet. Not yet.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
That's
you got a good mentality.
Because that's kind of funny. That's the exact mindset because you're a melee player, so you already know about losing. And that's the sad thing about so many, well, in StarCraft 2 as well, is that the competition comes first and having fun with the game. I mean, still being competitively minded, but still exploring the game, knowing the game, having fun with the game before you start, blowing yourself up after having lost or whatever, or making this tiny mistakes. Because the one I have already said this in one of my vidreps is that the last thing we want new players to do is to learn build orders, right? Like going 18 SCV on 8, then the supply depot, then the barracks, then so many SCVs to gas, and then all the very dry mathematics of it is very dangerous to learn, because if you then build a supply depot on 9 instead of 8 SCVs, and oh god, everything's ruined, and I can't do my build.
Yeah,
and
dude, I think one thing that really helped me too was like mono battles. That helped my macro a lot, actually. I would highly recommend just doing mono battles. If you just it's fun, and you can just practice your macro the whole time. Would you agree, Greth? I don't know if you did that at all yourself.
I learned the game naturally because I've played it since release. So I played the campaigns. I learned all the units naturally through that, and then eventually, I played a lot of multiplayer. I learned it by doing FFAs and just large team battles and stuff, so you can focus on the little things. I'm very a very micro player, so I like to have my units and control them to the best of my ability, and then just let my base go to shit because of it. And
oh, really?
Yeah, I've accepted the fact that I will never be good at Brood War. I'm a very good first-person shooter player. I've been like Medal of Honor and Call of Duty, the first one and the second one, competitive player. But I never got to the competitive level in StarCraft 2 because it just doesn't work with StarCraft 1 and 2 because it doesn't work with my brain. It's just, but I love the game. I love playing it, and I defend it, and I cast it, and I know a lot about it. I just can't do it.
Oh man,
it's sad, but hey,
that makes me kind of sad because, like, come on, it wouldn't take that much to get better at the macro aspect.
Well, probably,
it wouldn't.
Yeah, but I'm a Zerg player, so I fuck macro anyway. But yeah, but that's great to know. So yeah, I'll put that recording up on the channel as well, just to see that the nastiness has another side, because I usually rip people to shreds in the videos, which you'll probably find out if you watch some of them. But so Gerjan, when I call you a bot, don't take it the wrong way.
No, I won't.
Good.
Alright, thanks guys.
Alright, take care.